afternoon. My name is Mr. Geoffrey. We are going to discuss mathematics. I'm from the mathematics department. The topic we are going to discuss today is reflection and congruency. In many times in our lives, we have been wondering, what is this thing called reflection? Then what is all this thing called congruency? And students at times may be having difficulty in seeing the lines of symmetry. So first we are going to begin with the line of symmetry. And we are going to consider the diagram below. In the diagram below, it is triangle PQRS. Triangle PQRS is a rectangle. PQRS is a rectangle. So in that rectangle, there are two lines. The line XY and the line AB. The lines XY and the line AB are called lines of symmetry. The lines of symmetry divides a figure into two equal parts. So any line that divides a figure into two equal parts is called the line of symmetry. The other name of line of symmetry, when we come to reflection, we'll be looking at the mirror line. It can also be called the mirror line when it comes to reflection. Therefore, the line of symmetry is very, very important. And we can see there are several figures you can confirm their lines of symmetry. For example, when you cut an orange into two equal parts, you will find several lines of symmetry. I would want learners to find out how many lines of symmetry orange that is cut into two equal parts has, and therefore you can give your feedback through your WhatsApp groups. We also have the leaf of a plant. It can be any plant, maize plant, beans, whichever. Right now we are at home, we can even look at the leaves of those plants. When you look at the leaf of a plant, God designed it that there is a middle line that divides that leaf into two equal parts, and that line that divides the leaf into two equal parts is the line of symmetry. The other part may be equal to this other part. So we have two parts of this leaf, this part and this part. So the middle line here, this line here is called the line of symmetry. So from our own environment, we can find out from a leaf of a plant, wherever you are, and try to look at that line of symmetry. You will find that it is marvelous and is good. So when we talk of lines of symmetry and mirror lines, there are things that we interact with daily in our daily lives, and that's why I've given an example of a leaf. Therefore, from there we look at that is the line of symmetry, which is also can be noted as the mirror line. That is the major bit of this topic. However, when you look at reflection, then reflection must be considered to take place when an image of an object is formed. Many a times, even us, we have used mirrors looking at our images. So when you use a mirror, you will see an image that resembles you at the back of the mirror. That is an image, and that is reflection. We have even seen shadows forming. They are reflected. when you have an object and you find the object forms a shadow, then therefore it is an image of that particular object. And how is this image formed? There is a particular way that that image is formed. One, the object distance from the mirror. We have the mirror line. For example, we can have this our diagram here. X, Y as the mirror line. X, Y as the mirror line. When X, Y becomes the mirror line, then this side, the side A to the point, to the center here, must be equals to the side B to the center of that interaction. So therefore, XY being the mirror line, then A could be the object, then B becomes what? The image of that particular object. That is in that case. Now when we come to Cartesian plane, then we look at a line. Let us consider the line AB. The line AB is a line that can be drawn. The coordinate of A is 4, 1. Then the coordinate of B is 2, 5. Then join the two lines. Joins the 2 points, Join the 2 points. When you join the 2 points, then you will realize that it forms a line. Then we want to reflect that line on x-axis. We want to reflect the line AB on x-axis. Remember that the line x or x-axis is also known as the line y is equals to 0. Most candidates fail to identify the line y is equals to 0. They believe that it is the y-axis. No, the line y is equals to 0 is the x-axis, and we have to know that. Therefore, the line x is equals to 0 is the y-axis. So, when we reflect the line AB onto the x-axis, then we realize that the point, we do it bit by bit. Let us start with the first reflecting point, point A. When we're reflecting point A, remember what we did say earlier, that from the object to the mirror line must be the same as from the mirror line to the image. So when we have A as the object, 4, 1, we reflect A, the distance here from point 4, 1, from A moving from A to the x-axis is 1 unit. Therefore, we also, to get A prime, we also must move 1 unit from the x-axis, and we land at 4, -1, which is our new coordinate of A prime. So the A prime is 4, -1 after reflection on x-axis, or the line y is equals to 0. Then we come and reflect the point B. When we reflect the point B, then we realize that 2B is 2, 5. So therefore, 5 is on the y-axis, and 2. So we look at the units. How many units is B from the x-axis, or the line y is equals to 0? You will realize that we are moving from x-axis. We move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 units from the x-axis. The same, because we had said that the image must be equal distance from the mirror line to the object, then therefore the image must also be 5 units from the x-axis. So we simply count how many units, 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we'll land at -5 to -5 as our coordinate of that particular point B. So therefore we give it the name B prime. B prime is the coordinate of B after it has been reflected along that line. So with that reflection, how do we then confirm that these lines are similar? Because when you look at our image, when you look at yourself in a mirror, you realize that the image you see reflects who you are. So if your face is dirty, the image that will appear there will be dirty. So therefore, the object must resemble the what? The image. The object must resemble the image, or the image must resemble the object. Actually, it is the image that should resemble the what? The object. So therefore, in reflection, you will realize that the object is having the same size and shape as the object. The image is having the same size and shape as the object. And that is what we are going to look at. How do we confirm? Using the modulus technique, we can find the length AB. We can find the length AB. When we find the length AB, the length AB is given here. The length AB is given by the modulus of AB is the same as B minus A, and that gives us 2, 5 minus 4, 1. When you subtract, you get -2, 4 as that particular result. Now, when you get the modulus, we square 2 and square 4, then we'll end up with root, then getting the square root of everything there, then we'll have 20. 20, when you simplify, you'll get 2 root 5 as the length of AB. So AB is 2 root 5. When you look at the length of A prime, the length of A prime and B prime, then we can confirm that 2, -5 was the coordinate of B prime, and 4, -1 was the coordinate of A prime. On subtracting, we will get -2, -4. Then we square the coordinates to get the square root, then get the square root. We will have that is 2, that is -2 squared is 4, -4 squared is 16. 16 plus 4 is 20. And when you get the square root, you'll get 2 root 4, which confirms that the length of A, B, and A prime, B prime are equal. The length of A prime, B prime, and A and B are equal. That confirms those two figures are the same. They are the same in size, the same in length. The same length in that case, they're the same length. So that confirms that we have, that is a reflection of line A, B along the x-axis, or the line y is equals to 0. Thank you for that. In our next class, we are going to look at now reflection and congruent triangles. Thank you.